And we've got fresh information coming in from the investigation, straight from the Bathinda police, who've just told India today that 19 empty Insas rifle casings, that is the bullet casings, have been recovered from the spot, suggesting that 19 or at least 19 bullets were fired. Eyewitnesses also telling India today that there were two attackers, not one attacker but two attackers, and that they were not dressed in army fatigues, they were dressed in civilian clothes of some kind. And they've also told India today, the police is also telling India today, that the 4 Jawans killed in this incident were killed while they were asleep. They were sleeping when bullets were pumped into their bodies by the two shooters. This is the statement coming in from the Superintendent of Police of rural Bathinda, speaking exclusively to India Today. I want to go straight across first to India Today's Manjeet Sehgal and Gaurav Sawant, both joining us live on this big story of today. Manjeet, the Bathinda police confirming that there were two shooters. They killed these 4 Jawans apparently while they were sleeping. But what is the status of the search for these two persons, and do we know anything about their identity as well? Manjeet, give us the full update.
Well, Shiv, the identity of these two attackers has not been revealed so far. The search operation is continuing. The identity of the 4 Jawans killed in this incident has also not been revealed. A post-mortem is being conducted at the Bathinda Civil Hospital. And Shiv, behind me is the military station where this incident took place. Police officials have confirmed now that the attackers were in plain clothes. They pumped bullets into the 4 Jawans when they were sleeping. Police has also recovered 19 shells of bullets which are believed to be the shells of Insas rifle, which was reported missing from this military station. A formal FIR has also been lodged at this police station located in front of this military station. So investigations are continuing, and the police has sounded a high alert in the entire Bathinda district. The security in and around the army establishments has been beefed up after this incident. Shiv.
Okay, stay with me, Manjeet. I'm going to come back to you in a moment. Gaurav Sawant is also with us. He's been in touch with the army headquarters on this. Gaurav, initially there were reports that the shooter or the shooters had been nabbed. The army has clarified that that is not the case. Nobody has been nabbed so far. That means the hunt is still very much on. Obviously, 12 hours after this incident took place, a great deal of speculation, has happened, Gaurav, both online and offline. Most quarters believe that this may be an incident of fratricide. What are you hearing from the army, Gaurav?
So officially the army is not calling it fratricide. Officially the army is also not calling it a terror incident just as yet. You're absolutely right, Shiv. 12.5 hours and counting. The shooter is still at large, and there could be two shooters. So there's one Insas 5.56 with 28 cartridges missing. 19 empty shells have been found. The post-mortem is on of the 4 Jawans who've been killed. The post-mortem will reveal details of the gunshot injuries and whether it's the same, the empty casing can be matched with the bullet injuries and whether they're close quarter, firing incidents. We will know more in a while from now. But why is it that the army hasn't been able to nab them, even though both unmanned aerial vehicles and helicopters were pressed into service? Not just the QRT of the medium regiment, but also QRTs of several other formations. And this is one of the biggest military stations. It's a fortified military station. According to the police, no ingress from outside. So, fortification apart, did somebody from within open fire, and why? We do know about the composition of this regiment, but once again, that would take us into the realm of speculation. But police saying two things. One, no terror angle, at least that is what they maintained till some time back. And two, no external attacker. Point 3, which is extremely critical, Shiv, 12.5 hours. Where is this person? Where is the shooter holed up? Is he holed up, or are they holed up on their own, or are there other lives at stake? And that would make this extremely critical. And this is where, rules of engagement change completely, because you want absolutely no collateral damage. You don't want any other loss of life. So whatever time it takes, they would take their time and try and neutralize these two elements. Now, this is a huge military station. Apart from various regiments and formations, this also has a forested area.
Yes.
Are these elements in that forested area? It will take time to comb this entire area, and that is why both from the sky and on ground, efforts are being made, Shiv. So time is not a premium, though they would want to ensure that by sundown, they're
Yes.
able to contain the situation, Shiv.
Hopefully that will happen very, very soon. We're awaiting official word from the Indian Army. I want to get a quick final word from Manjeet as well. Manjeet, you're right outside the Bathinda Military Station at this time. I know we're still waiting official word from the Army, but anything you're picking up, any buzz you're picking up over the possible motive for this particular incident, is there anything that you're picking up at all, Manjeet?
Well, Shiv, the motive behind this incident is still not known, as Army authorities have not spoken in detail about the incident, as these attackers have also not been identified so far. More details will be available after they are apprehended and they are interrogated. The Army authorities have also yet to reveal the identity of the 4 Jawans killed in this incident, but the motive is not clear why they killed these 4 Jawans, who the attackers were. So investigations will reveal what was the motive and who the men behind this incident are.
So you can just see how many unanswered questions there are right now, including most primarily where the 2 killers are right now. They're still hiding. Are they inside the military station? Have they managed to escape before the cordon was placed? We don't have an answer to that question yet, but we are awaiting word from the Indian Army. And as Gaurav said, hopefully they will be captured before sundown, because beyond that, it's going to become much, much more challenging, and they can possibly even get away. Now, remember, the Indian Army is one of the finest institutions in the world, one of the most professional armies, and incidents of this kind are vastly just aberrations. They don't happen often at all. They are a huge rarity. But having said that, there have been incidents in the past where fratricide. Now, we're not saying that this incident, was a typical case of fratricide. We don't know that just yet. But take a look at some of the earlier occasions when fratricide has happened in the Indian Army. 15th July 2022 in Poonch, a Jawan killed 3 others and injured. A Jawan was killed and 3 others were injured in an army camp shootout. On the 7th of March last year in Murshidabad, a BSF Jawan shot dead a colleague before shooting himself at a border outpost. On the 6th of March last year in Amritsar, 5 BSF personnel were killed after a constable opened fire. In 2018 to 2022, 18 incidents in the Army and the Indian Air Force of fratricidal killings. From 2014 to March 2021, 29 Central Armed Police Forces have been killed by their colleagues. All of these are pieces of data compiled by us from Lok Sabha questions. So this is all official data, and be that as it may, it is still an enormous rarity. Does not happen at all, and that's the reason why something like this is so troubling. We'll keep you posted on all of those questions we've just asked on this big story.